last episode, we said to them, we're going somewhere different each and every week. Do you think they know where we are today?
I doubt they do. But they're hearing fans.
Oh, I'm hearing fans.
I'm seeing fans.
And I'm seeing fans.
What's the location?
Um,
We are at the Starlift Steel Orchestra here in New Montrose. Sorry, Old Montrose for episode 3 of Rhythm of Steel.
Welcome, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to Rhythm of Steel, the Vincentian Pannists experience. My name is Philcol Jeffers, your host. With me,
I Shika Derricks.
listen, experience rhythm, experience vibes, experience the memories, the melodies, and of course there is the PanParty, which of course is your baby.
My baby. And this episode, like the other two, is sponsored by
Vitamalt.
Vitamalt.
I would just want to say thank you very much for sponsoring the program. Stay tuned.
Philcol, and this is Carnival Hub on VC3 TV.
Vincy, baddest thing.
And high road.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome to Memories and Melodies, a special segment that we look forward to talking to the players, enjoying their music, and just having a grand time here this evening. I'm here at Starlift, as we said to you earlier, and I have with me one beautiful young lady who said to me a while ago, I play everything in the band. See? She laughing. What's your name?
My name is Leonie Antropos. I'm from Old Montrose.
Okay. So which of the instruments do you play? Because you just told me you play everything.
Well, I play 4-pan for juniors and double second for seniors.
And which of them are your favorite?
Double second.
Why?
Because that brings out my passion more. I feel like I connect with that pan the most, and it also lessens my anxiety.
Oh. So I believe that you're still in school.
No,
Are you finished?
that's good.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to do now that you're finished with school?
Well, I would like to further my experience job-wise and also probably further my experience musical-wise as well, because I'm very passionate about it.
All right, so there might be a lot of other young people from your community who's watching this program right now, all right? I want you to watch directly into the camera and invite them to come and play with Starlift Steel Orchestra. I want to be biased and say the best Steelpan in it.
I'm going to say that.
Okay, well, you say your thing.
Hi guys, so I'm welcoming you all to Starlift Steel Orchestra, the best steel orchestra that I know of and that I am always going to rep, and you should definitely come on to play with us.
So I have with me another of Starlift's star players. Again, another one who says to me, I play everything. Welcome to the program, and you're going to tell us who you are.
Hi, I am Michelle Isabel Rati, and I am the double second section leader for the senior side.
Ooh, so that's a big job there.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, so if you play out of tune, everybody has to go out of tune.
Not necessarily.
Ah, so tell me why you choose that particular pan to play.
Well, I didn't choose it. It was like,
He will tell you play it.
basically.
I listen. My father used to play music too, so I kind of have the feeling, and Hero used to play with him too. So I believe it's the same kind of thing that he says, you play this and you have to play it. Pretty much, okay. What do you love most about playing with Starlift Steel Orchestra?
I love engaging with the youth in this band, as well as majority of my friends came from Starlift, so I enjoy hanging around with them and just playing pan overall.
Okay, so as a young man growing up in the community here playing pan, I want you to reach out to other young men in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are sitting idly by doing nothing. I want you to encourage them to do something positive.
Alright, I want you guys to, encourage yourself to come and play pan at the best steel orchestra here at St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Starlift Steel Orchestra, and you can come to join our summer program that will be soon launching after Carnival. Thank you.
What's your hope for Panorama this year?
To win, obviously.
Let me rephrase that. Obviously, I know you want to win, but what is your hope? And don't give me the secret, but what song you think you might be playing?
Am I allowed to say that?
Keep the secret. But just tell me about the joy and the experience that you want to bring. I know you want to win, but what joy and experience you plan to bring to Panorama
I
this year?
just want us to share our musical abilities to the wider public so we can show our capabilities, what we can do, and basically show them that, you can also do this and by joining Starlift Steel Orchestra.
Manners. In Memories and Melodies, we have beautiful people and beautiful music.
Indeed we do.
Indeed we do.
Indeed we do.
So I want you to introduce yourself to us this evening.
Okay, hello everybody, good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Shade Reddock and I am one of the players here at Starlift Steel Orchestra, yes.
And what do you play here?
I play the single tenor.
Why did you choose the single tenor, or were you told to play the single tenor?
Well, I was not necessarily told but influenced, because my father used to play with Starlift and he knew about the summer program, and I think about 2 summers ago I joined the summer program, and that's like one of the ways you can get into Starlift. So yeah, that's what I did.
And what do you love most about playing this tenor, seeing that you were influenced to play it?
Oh, well, I think it's kind of like the melody of the whole thing. And there's a lot of notes you have to learn. And with me, my memory is like one of the most goldfish things out there. So this is one of the ways I can try to improve it.
Okay, so So since you're saying that the memory is something that you have to learn and remember the notes, what about those young people who might have some challenge studying? Do you think that coming to play pan might be something they could use the same method that you have to remember the notes to remember their...
But yes, that is true. Well, for me, it's more about how often I practice. Just like mathematics, it's not something you could just see and then eventually think you're gonna just get it. Well, some people are like that, but I'm saying most times, especially for me, I gotta do that. I gotta repeat, keep doing that equation, keep remembering how to simplify, like algebra, keep remembering the formulas. For me, I have to remember the notes. I don't go by muscle memory, but I have to try and go by muscle memory.
We had a jiggy time just now.
Indeed.
Right. So all of that didn't be muscle memory. That was part of remembering.
Not me. Them is probably muscle memory because they're the pros to me. Yeah, they're like what I aspire to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to watch that camera directly now and talk to young women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who might be around your age. Encourage them to do something positive with their life.
Okay. Well, for one, I am 19 years old. So if it's something that you want to get into, I say definitely don't stop yourself. Bring it up to your parents because they might be a little old school and see pan as something they would actually want their children to do. And I think it is a fun experience to join, have a group, have a community that you can associate with as well.
What one thing you look forward to this year for Panorama? Don't tell me to win. I know it's to win.
That's default. Like, yeah, you're always winning. But just like the whole vibe and the jam. And basically, just the vibe and the jam. That's it. So, and the outfit. Yeah, I like my outfit. So
that already designed already?
I don't know. I don't know.
So I want to thank you very much,
Yes.
for being here and having me in the pan here this evening. I'm having a real good time here with you all this evening.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Because we are a vibey bunch.
You're a vibey bunch.
Yeah, we're energetic bunch.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
So when you see young men doing positive things, we have to big them up, right? So I have with me a young man, and again, apparently when you're in Starlift, you ain't just playing pan, you're playing everything. Can you just tell me play everything?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jelani Sandy.
Right. And you're from the community or you from the community?
Yeah.
And you play pan here at Starlift Steel Orchestra?
Yeah.
Everything as well?
Except the double tenor. Because it's hard. Only some people could play that pan there. So yeah, everything except the double tenor.
Everything except the double tenor.
Yeah.
So which is your favorite then?
Two right now, the quads and the double second.
Quads and the double second. Quads, double second. Quads, double second.
Yeah.
So which of them is your most favorite?
In terms of what?
The one that you love to play, yeah.
Well, the quads like more challenging, but the double second because I couldn't move freely and yeah.
And you like the hard jiggy vibe?
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing pan here at Starlift?
7 years now.
And you started with the summer program as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you have friends who you go to school with who may have a challenge to find something to do for summer. So I want you to watch and tell them, come to Starlift and play pan. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So you tell them.
Come out to Starlift. As you can see, the oldest organization in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Started in 1967. So we've been about a long time. So you could come out and learn to play anything here. Very interesting, very fun, good people to meet, and you'll have a good time here.
So I asked him like I asked everybody else. What are you looking forward to for Panorama?
Winning. But besides that, production. How the production in the life.
So practice start already?
Yeah.
And the melodies and because listen now, give me a jiggy vibe just now,
Yeah.
So that's why you're expecting for Panorama?
More than that.
More than that. So I have one last thing before you go. I want you to watch straight in this camera, right? And challenge any young person to do something positive, especially for this carnival season. Straight in the camera.
Come on, guys. Put on the guns, everything. Let's do something positive. Look around. We have plenty beautiful faces here, so we can more than do it. Yeah.
High five. Listen, beautiful smiles, beautiful people, an awesome Saturday afternoon that we are having. Welcome to Melodies and Memories.
Thank you for having me.
So you're going to tell us who you are and what do you do in terms of instrument here at the band.
Okay.
So my name is Deshauna Kane, and I play single tenor at the Starlift Steel Orchestra for juniors.
For juniors?
Yes.
So what do you play for seniors?
I also play tenor for seniors.
And why did you choose to play tenor?
Well, okay, so my brother actually started before me, and he played tenor. So when I came to the graduation, I was blown away by the vibes and the energy, right? And I saw him playing tenor, and I realized, yeah, this is the plan I want to play. I made it my business to join through the summer program the next year.
And then you learn all this rhythm and skills and
Yes.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
So is it easy to do?
Okay. Nothing is ever easy at first, right? Practice is very important, right? Even now, I'm not perfect, and we strive for perfection, but we're never going to reach it. So all I can say is, as long as you have the passion, as long as you put in the effort and you practice, you can do anything.
Nice. Do you think you want to have a musical career?
Yes, I do.
Playing the Steelpan?
Yes.
So where you think we can go with this career? Overseas, playing at hotels?
International. You can take it anywhere. Music is very diverse. It transcends race. Anything. Anybody can play music.
So like how I was having a real jiggy time here with you playing here today. That's something that we can look forward to as a musical pathway for any young person in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Absolutely.
Now, I know Panorama is coming out. I know Starlift. Well, so far everybody telling me, oh, we're winning. We're winning.
I completely agree with them.
I completely agree with them. Talk me through preparation phase for Panorama 2025.
Okay, so it starts with the arrangement of the song, right? And then we come and we practice. So we practice until we get it right with everyone, and then we take it to the stage and blow everybody away.
Give me a little bit about the experience, because I've been watching Starlift since I was a little boy. And I realize every time Starlift comes on stage, there's a nice jiggy vibes. And especially that front line always has something different. Why is that?
I think it's just vibes. Like, as soon as we hit the stage, it just, all the nerves, all the anxiety just goes away, and you just feel the music and you just play with your heart.
And you play with your heart. Now, there might be one young lady like yourself who may be thinking and scratching the head, listen, I had nothing to do. I'm fed up. I want you to invite them to come and play with Starlift Steel Orchestra. And not only that, also encourage them to do something positive with their life. So you're going to watch straight in the camera and do that.
To any young lady out there, I want to invite you to come and play pan. It is one of the most wonderful experiences you'll ever have. And with how things are, I think a lot of young people can start getting involved in playing music in general. So I want you to come and do something positive.
Listen, thank you and all the best. See you at Panorama.
See you there.
Yet another male who's doing positive things with his life. I have with me, what's your name again?
Richard Ambrose.
Richard. Which of these instruments do you play here in the band?
The single tenor.
The single tenor. And you've been playing for how long?
12 years.
And how old are you, if you don't mind?
20.
Listen.
More than half of my life.
More than half your life. And I'm assuming that you came through the summer program as well.
Yes.
So what about the summer program that is so interesting that makes you as a young man leave going, just climbing on the block and come here to play pan?
Live on the block. Is that it gives you something, how to put it, an efficient way to spend your time. You're not just sitting doing anything. You're here, you learn an instrument, learn an art. You could learn the history of it, and you can even develop your skill to do much things with it in the future. You can develop a career from it.
So do you think you want to have a career in pan or music in general?
Not a full-time career.
Not a full-time career. Part-time perhaps?
Yes.
Okay. So you see yourself having a gig at a hotel?
Yeah.
Special functions?
Yes.
Representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines, of course.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So if there's one thing that you want to encourage young men who are outside to be a part of, what would that one thing be?
The Starlift Steel Orchestra.
Starlift Steel Orchestra, and why?
Because I find this place gives you a second home. Because this is essentially my second home. Sometimes I spend more time here than in my actual home. And you find a new family here, new friends. I actually found some of my actual family in this vineyard.
So this is the whole family thing?
Yes.
All right, so let me thank you very much, because if I ask you again about Panorama, you can tell me we're going to win. You see the same thing? We winning. That's the only thing they've been telling me whole evening. We winning.
We don't go there to lose.
Of course, well, nobody go to lose. No. So how do you feel that y'all are so consistently always placing first? I think probably one time maybe a second, but it's generally a first. How do you feel?
Well, I would say it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights, a lot of practice, and you have to find that discipline in yourself too, because you have to come to the vineyard. You have to put in the work yourself. You can't expect somebody else to do it for you, because it's you playing your pan at the end of the day.
So if you don't come to practice, you don't get to go on stage, basically?
Depending on the person.
Oh, so I listen. So those of you who are looking at what we're doing now, so you're saying to me, discipline is the important component that we need to have, yes? So I want you to watch the camera directly and tell the other young men, just like yourself, why discipline is necessary and how they can be safe during this carnival season.
Well, I think discipline is necessary because it helps to humble yourself. It helps to keep you in the right mind space to do the right things and to not find yourself being led astray. And it obviously keeps you out of trouble.
And this carnival season?
This carnival season keeps you very safe. With all the violence that could occur during the season, discipline is necessary for one person and for everybody.
And on that note, that's how we bounce out. Memories and melodies.
Hi guys, I'm Chantal and this is Carnival Hop on VC3 TV.
Vincy, baddest thing.
And high road.
And we are back here for episode 3 of PanParty. With me, I have the musical arranger of Starlift Steel Orchestra here in Old Montrose, Kingsley Hero Roberts. Good evening.
Oh, good evening. A pleasant good afternoon. Starlift and Hero to the world.
Yes, Starlift, you are one of the well-known arrangers here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, winning so many panoramas I've lost track. Can you tell me off the top of your head how many panoramas you won?
I won a Starlift one.
Starlift, Hero.
It's in the 20s, mid-20s, thereabout, with the seniors only. So we are not talking about the juniors.
Let's talk about the juniors. Let's talk about the juniors.
The juniors is about roughly 16. I'm just quoting figures here.
And you have won the past 5 junior panorama on a straight.
Thereabout, yeah.
Okay, so I know arranging.
Not by myself. It have Israel. It have Mitch here.
Okay.
You know.
You arrange for a number of bands. You do sometimes 3-4 bands per season. How do you do it, Hero?
Oh, it's all about balance. You know. Well, you know, it's not only pan I does calypso. I actually lead a calypso tent. You know, so that within itself it's all about balance. You know, that's life. You just have to know how to balance whatever you're doing, whatever you're involved in. Just balance it.
You're not only associated with Starlift Steel Orchestra, but you're also the musical arrangers for 2 other bands. One new band coming on the scene this year. Do you care to elaborate on that?
But that was in the making for quite a while. That's St. Mary's Arsery. You know, it was in the making for quite a while. We were having a talk for quite a while between myself and the principal, and we now see it fit, you know, to make that start, to actually land that footprint into the pan fraternity, which is competitively, you know.
So back to Starlift. what do you have in store? What does Starlift Steel Orchestra through Hero have in store for us for 2025?
Oh, more, better. Give me an next word over there. Better, greater than before. You know, we always wicked.
And you have been working with a number of young persons for quite a while. How do you do it? And the transition from junior band to senior band, is that difficult?
Oh, not really. It's all about, as one of the youngsters mentioned a while ago, discipline. Once you have the discipline, you can get there. Like, for instance, we have a couple here, I think a few are in the mix, who started, last year, in the summer program, and is playing with both junior and senior.
Wow.
Panorama this year.
Wow.
That's a wow, you know?
Yeah.
That's a, let us give them a round of applause. Yeah, that's a wow, you know?
So, Hero, you also have your academy, Heroes Fantastic. Any of those children are going to be playing with the Starlift Juniors this year?
Not with Starlift. Yeah, we have two. As a matter of fact, 3 are playing with Starlift Juniors. At least about 6 of them is playing with St. Mary's RFC.
Okay. So how impactful do you think the work that you do in terms of arranging is on young people?
Oh, they love it. You know, it helps. For instance, it helps to retain. You know, that's why a lot of parents, you know, gravitate to bringing their child to the panyard, to any panyard, as a matter of fact. Because music here is not theory, it's practical. Everything you have to retain.
Muscle memory.
Right? You have to retain. You know about this. You know? You have to, and also muscle memory. Once you gel, the muscle takes over. But retaining, when you just, you know, to get it together, here is very important. And that helps with your schoolwork.
So would you encourage your young players, male and female, to aspire to become arrangers?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I started. We have, Mitch already in the game. We have Lani, you know, and we have people. I was talking to Rishan the other day. You should try and get in the game, start getting in the game, because you have the ear. The ear, you can easily pick them up, because sometimes when you're doing a song, they are ahead of you in terms of, you know, pulling the cards, which is very important. You know, they're already in front of you. So when you're ready to give them, they already have it, because they're already. So that within itself tells me that's a future arranger right there.
That's good. So, Hero, thank you for having us, and all the best in 2025.
Oh, I'm blessed to all, blessings to all, and Starlift Steel Orchestra. Boom, boom. We're coming hard this year.
Listen, Ashika, yet another beautiful Rhythm of Steel segment again that we had at Starlift Steel Orchestra this afternoon.
Episode 3. I'm telling you, it seems to be getting better and better as the weeks go by.
Listen, the vibes was just jiggy. Real jiggy here. And listen, I want to thank Vitamalt for their sponsorship of our program, of course.
Yes.
And let's not forget our awesome production team, led by Bex. Yeah. And we continue to make this thing something that is fun for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also for the rest of the region to enjoy what is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I know that you love Pan.
Of course, that's my baby.
So what final thing you want to say to them before we leave here this evening's program?
Well, we had a real energetic performance here from Starlift. We are moving on to the next Panyard next week. We're not going to tell you who it is, but can you tell us who you would like to see next week?
Of course, they can definitely send and tell us that. But as we leave Starlift, what do we say? What do we say? We say? Listen, we had fun. See you next episode.